SPED Homeschool. We empower parents to homeschool children with unique learning needs, and we do that by vetting organizations, by partnering, doing collaborative work, and training parents.
That's wonderful. Yeah. You are winning an award this week. How does that feel for you?
You know, it's funny because I have a degree in physics. I'm not even an educator. But when my oldest was diagnosed on the spectrum, I fell into the education field because he needed somebody to teach him, and we started homeschooling then. And so to be awarded for as an educator, I think is kind of funny. But I stand behind these parents. I'm their greatest cheerleader, and I think that speaks a lot to the heart that I have behind what I do, more than me being an educator. And yeah, it's just very rewarding to know that it's making an impact.
It is rewarding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what do you think stood out about your application for the selection committee?
You know, it's interesting because I'm probably the only homeschooler here. But just the impact that we've been able to have on those most hurting families within the education system. There aren't any options. I've talked to so many parents who say, I have run out of options. This is my only one, and you are here. And so to be able to provide something that is so unique and so needed for kids who usually get between the cracks or are forgotten. And we want to make sure that they know that they're loved and that we haven't forgotten them.
That's amazing. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about your experience with the Global Forum for Education and Learning.
So this has been great. It's interesting because after the pandemic, people are much more open to homeschoolers, and they're like, "Oh, you're not just this weird group of people. You're actually normal." And we understand now what it's like to be in your shoes and what you've been through. And so conversations are very open, and people are just like, "Tell me more," because like I said, I've been doing this for 19 years, which for most people, they made it through a year and said, whew, I don't think I can handle this anymore. But it's a lifestyle, and it's something that I love now.
And it's something that we get to learn through your experience, which is exciting.
Yeah.
How do we stay connected with you? How do we learn more about your company and your work?
Yeah. So we have a website called spedhomeschool.com, SPED homeschool, so like special ed homeschool. And then I do weekly broadcast that is broadcast on Tuesday nights live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. And that's 8 o'clock Central. It's called Empowering Homeschool Conversations. You can find it on any podcast channel as well. And I interview different experts in the special education, homeschooling fields on different topics, and just empower parents to learn more about how to educate. And so we are all over social media, every place that you can imagine. We are there too. But and we just launched a new learning platform for parents called the Empowered Homeschool Network. So you can find us there at empoweredhomeschool.org.
I want to thank you for everything you're doing, your contributions to the field, especially as a sister to somebody who was born with cerebral palsy, and my mother took a very similar journey as yours. So she became an educator out of necessity, and the work that you all do, it's tremendous. It comes from the heart. Congratulations again for your award.
Yep, oops, we got nice.